Okay, good evening. So, welcome to the session 5 of season 2. Welcome to session 5 of season 2. Dear all participants, a hearty welcome to you all. Um, as always, it's a pleasure to be talking and sharing information and knowledge and experience about how to sing on karaoke. So we have been steadily progressing session by session. And just as a matter of recap, not really a recap, but just for the benefit of those who might be joining in for whatever reason they might have missed the earlier session, 1 or 2, whatever. I think we kind of very steadily progressed from session 1 to session 4, where we started, we discussed about the difference between singing on karaoke versus singing to an orchestra. And then we also spoke about the genesis and the origin of karaoke and how it came about, and how today it's a very big blessing for aspiring singers like us. Our dream fulfilled, actually. Childhood dreams have been fulfilled thanks to karaoke, that we can sing to some of the original tracks. Many tracks are excellent, brilliant tracks produced by the providers of the karaoke tracks. And so it actually kind of helps us fulfill this long-awaited dream of singing some of our favorite songs. And not only that, technology today is able to provide a platform to us like the one which we are now experiencing, where we can also stream a program, where we can do live, go live sessions, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Zoom or even on Facebook and things like that, thanks to technology. And then, of course, we also spoke about the characteristics of a song, of a typical Hindi film song, and what are the components of a song, what are the 4 pillars of a song, who are the contributors or makers, or you can say who are the people who give birth to a song, actually, in terms of the lyricist and the singer and the composer and so on and so forth. Then we also spoke about some of the do's and don'ts for karaoke singers. Then we also finally spoke about how to choose the right song, and the famous adage that which we have come up with for these programs is that your favorite song need not be the song that you can sing comfortably, and so therefore the careful selection of a song which suits your vocal range is actually the key to success. And then we also spoke about singing in karaoke is like getting off and getting on into a running train, or in terms of a plane, how do you land and how do you take off from a song very, very seamlessly, and so on. And then finally, in the last session, we spoke about how do you sing with your mouth open, firstly. Secondly, how do you produce what is called as a damdar awaz, or voice throw, as it is called. How do you really ensure an effective voice throw so that you know it sounds good, it sounds powerful, it sounds good to listen to, and it syncs with the requirements of the original song, and therefore is pleasant to listen to, and things like that. So then we also spoke about this 3-finger width that we must give between our upper and lower lips, so that you can actually open your mouth to the extent possible as it is required for a song to be sung in an open-throated way. We also spoke about little things like how do you hold your mic, and a lot of such things. And of course, we saw some videos of very famous legendary singers telling us that how breath control is important, how ucharan is important, how pronunciation is important, how diction is important, and how, of course, riyaz and practice is very, very important, right? So those are the things that we actually saw. So let us do one more revisit of a video where we see the famous singer Mr. Sonu Nigam telling us a little more about expression and bhavna and about ucharan and about accent and diction and things like that. So Archana ji, I request you to show us that Sonu Nigam's video. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Beautiful net practice.
Just put it from the beginning. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Beautiful net practice. I enjoyed the time of learning. I enjoyed learning how to express, how to say bhool, how to say josh, how to say khab. Yes, khab. So, muskura. So I knew I got to learn from his songs. There's a beautiful song I was singing this morning, Rafi Sahab. तू मेरे सामने है, तेरी जुल्फें हैं खुली, तेरा आंचल है ढला 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 है, ये भी कर सकता है, तेरा आंचल है ढला, गाना खत्म हो जाएगा आपको, तेरा आंचल है ढला, मैं भला होश में, ये भी कर सकते हैं आप, बट क्या किया है, मैं भला होश में कैसे, मैं कैसे रहूं होश में, कैसे रहूं, ऐसे दिया है, दिस इज हाउ ही इज एक्सप्रेस्ड, कैसे रहूं, कैसे रहूं, कितनी भी हरकत मार लो, कुछ भी कर लो आप, जब कैसे रहूं, अगर आपने ये कह के नहीं दिखाया गाने के आवाज में, then you're not a singer. This is what I learned from Rafika. It's him.
No, but it's the way you explain it, that it could be this, but it could be this, and the, you know, the difference that thing. Yeah.
Because I knew that एक चीज को कितनी तरीके से गाया जा सकता है. You could express one line in so many different ways, and then there's some genius who comes and who taught him. You know, today we have his had his cassettes, now CDs and all. We have so much references today. How did these guys learn all this? Who taught Mohammed Rafi to express like this? छू लेने दो नाजुक होंठ, नाजुक को नाजुक बोलना है, छू लेने दो नाजुक होंठों, ये भी सकता है यहाँ पे, छू लेने दो नाजुक, ये भी, because he was a drunkard, no? But to keep the right balance, छू लेने दो ना, so he's sounding a drunkard also, he's sounding someone who is jilted in love, who's angry also. Who taught these guys this balance? And I cry. When I think about all this, the genius of Kishore Kumar ji, when I listen to his songs, Lata ji, Asha ji, Manna De Sahab, Hemant Kumar ji, tum pukar lu, कितनी शराफत है, ये शराफत, ओहरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी, कोई गंवार आदमी गा रहा है, ऐसा लगता है कोई गाँव का है, नदी मिले सागर में. So when I analyze these guys, I cry alone, and I feel this has to be just divine blessing. You cannot acquire this talent in this birth. You have to be born with this. And so you're witnessing, experiencing God through that music. And if you can see it, then you're blessed. I am.
I completely agree with you, completely agree. And like,
okay, good. So chalo, at least from Sonu Nigam, let's understand one thing, that we are blessed at least to be singing these songs. That which singers who are like gods actually were singing in the original, right? So we are equally blessed, we are doubly blessed. Let us always count our blessings, you know, we are really truly blessed that we grew up in this age of the golden era of Hindi film music. From school life onwards, we were exposed, we were constantly listening, humming and singing these songs. And so we really every time have to thank our stars, we have to thank our good fortune that we could listen to those songs, we could grow up with those songs, we grew up on a steady diet of these songs. These songs are now embedded in our DNA, in our system, in our hard disk, right? in our own hard disk, and thanks to technology, as I always say, we are blessed that we are able to sing some of those songs, right? I think that's the lesson. And of course, as Sonu Nigam says, which we already seen in the earlier sessions, I think the feel, the lyrics, therefore we have to internalize the lyrics. It has to be part of part of the skin of the song. So once we really get into the skin of the song, which is the lyrics, get into that bhavna, get into that expression, get into that emotion, and then if we are able to bring a little out of that and give an impact to the audience, I think then we have done it. We may not be like the original, but if we have made the audience feel that song and feel the emotions of that song through your reproduction of the expression and the genuine feelings and so on, I think kudos to us if we have been able to do that, right? So good. So that is that's a good start for the session today, and I wanted to cover just one or two important things today, which is to deal with the audio visual equipment that normally we have to deal with in these in our singing, right? So as I was saying last time, at the very basic level, we have the Persang kit. So you don't require anything else except the Persang kit and a TV, and both of them have to be connected. Finished. That's all. So however good your TV is, good as in the sound card and the sound reproduction system, and today's TVs, 55 inches also, they are able to have good speakers. The sound reproduction is pretty good. Normally you have a program running in a particular room, even in the third room or in the kitchen or toilet, you can actually listen to the dialogues and things like that, if it is at a certainly high level of volume that it has been set to, right? So that means that the voice reproduction is pretty good. Amplification is pretty good. So if you have the Persang kit, which I spoke to you about last time, if you can connect it through the white, yellow and the red jacks that is available on the Persang kit, and in the TV also, if you have the same thing available. For example, I just happen to have it here. Now these are the three jacks, right, which is there at the back of any TV today, right? And so if you can connect this to the Persang kit, and then if the power switch is on, then you are ready to go. This is at a very, very basic level of the audio equipment, because we are not really talking about anything else except the TV and the Karaoke Persang kit, right? So let's go to the next level, that is at the LKG level. Now let's go to the UKG level, or the first standard level, right? So what do you have there? So there you have, for example, you have a mic. For example, the mic on which I am now speaking. You have a laptop in which you are seeing me here. And then the mic is connected to the mixer, which is just below the mic here, just below where I am showing the arrow here, right? So it is there, the mixer. There are so many makes of mixers available. We'll talk about it very quickly. And then there can also be speakers, which can be on both sides of the the TV or the wherever I am doing the program. On both sides of my mic, there can be the two speakers, right? So there is a mic, there is a mixer, and there are speakers, right? Now you require another instrument or a device from which the track has to be played. It can be a mobile, it can be an iPad, it can be a laptop, right? So then you are talking about a mic, and then you are talking about the track which will play on a particular device. Then you are talking about a mixer into which both these things will get mixed up, and then the output is in the form of a speaker or two speakers, which will amplify and reproduce a sound for the audience to hear, right? So let's talk about mics. There are two types of mics, right? So yeah, there are two types of mics. So one is called as the dynamic mic and the other is called as the condenser mic. Dynamic mic and condenser mic. Now the dynamic mics are the ones we normally use in any public system. There is a Rotary Club meeting, there is a function in the school, there is a announcement that the college authorities are making, or you have a program in your office, so your colleagues are all gathered and you have to make an announcement that it is somebody's birthday. So there invariably the mic which is used is a dynamic mic because it is less complicated, let's put it that way, or less advanced. That means it is basic, right? When you say something is not advanced, you are talking about basic. So dynamic mic is a basic mic, and the dynamic mic does not require power separately. See, the power will be connected to the audio system and the audio guy will be arranging the mixer and everything, and he will give you a mic or he will give you two mics. So it does not require a separate exclusive power input. It does not require, right? And it is normally ideal for outdoor and live settings. And wherever you have to make loud announcements or loud level of singing, or you require very strong sound, normally dynamic mics are used. That's why they are used for announcements mostly, right? And the problem with such dynamic mics, because it is not advanced, is that it will pick up other sounds. For example, if somebody is talking to me as I am announcing, "Arey GD, usko mat bulao yaar abhi," ya fir usko don't call him now, don't take his name, he has not come today, so don't announce his name. All those things also will be picked up by the dynamic mic, and it can cause embarrassment to us, right? So and they are normally available at a lower price, right? You can get a dynamic mic from anywhere ranging from 650 rupees to 1800 to 2000 rupees and so on. So you can get a dynamic mic, right? And the makes, what are the makes of some of these mics? Ahuja is made in India. So we are always very proud of Ahuja, because Ahuja as a company has been there for the last 20, 30, 40 years, right? As long as we remember any public announcement system, we think of Ahuja. So that way the name is very household kind of a name. Then you have today JBL. JBL is there. Then you have RODZ, Rods mics, RODZ, right? And then you have also a mic which is a brand called MX, right? So the dynamic mic is what you see everywhere. What you see everywhere, in any public announcement, in any school or college or office meeting, in any birthday gathering, this, that, or any hotel, or in any sports event, etc., right? So that is a dynamic mic, which is a one type of mic. What is a condenser mic? A condenser mic is naturally more expensive. It requires a separate exclusive power requirement. So when a condenser mic is connected to my mixer, there is a separate switch for getting the power into the mic. So there is a separate provision in the mixer itself that you have to press that switch so that it says power on for your mic, right? So it requires a separate exclusive power source. And what is a condenser mic ideally suited for? Studio type singing. Studio type singing or recording, right? And what does it do? It captures soft and delicate sounds and vocals, right? What is the difference? How does a dynamic mic therefore compare? It is a little loud. A dynamic mic is good for loud and voluminous sound reproduction, right? Whereas a condenser mic is delicate, like what Sonu Nigam is saying, is like what he was saying, right? So you can capture your softer voices. See, I am also now lowering my voice, right? It can capture soft sounds, right? So that is what a a condenser mic can do, right? And what does it not do? It does not pick up ambient sounds from the atmosphere. For example, purposely today my AC is running. My air conditioning is running today because it is very warm in Chennai. So I put on my air conditioning. But I don't think you are able to hear any humming sound due to the air conditioning, right? You can actually hear me very clearly and so on, right? So that is the beauty of the condenser mic. And where does the condenser mic price start from? Where the dynamic mic's price stops. यानी जहाँ पे डायनेमिक माइक का प्राइस स्टॉप होता है 2000 रुपये में, ये कंडेंसर माइक्स 1800 से शुरू होता है, ठीक है ना? एंड व्हाट आर द वेरी गुड ब्रांड्स अवेलेबल फॉर कंडेंसर माइक्स? सोनी, वॉल्ट, VAULT, वॉल्ट, बोया, दिस इज बोया, एज you can see the name also. See, boya is written there at the back, right? Boya, right? Boya is a good name. And of course, Right, WRIGHT, Right, right? And of course, there are so many. I'm just giving you some 4 or 5 because I'm not supposed to be a brand ambassador, because then I should be paid for it. But nobody pays me for it, and I don't want that payment, right? So I don't want to purposely recommend anything out of the way. But these are the names that I have come across, and I myself have purchased Boya, so I know that it works well, right? So these are the differences between a dynamic mic and a condenser mic, right? So we have completed the mic part. That means we should know, as a singer, we should know that whether I am using a condenser mic or whether I am using a dynamic mic, right? And whether in a program, if you can insist with the organizer that हमको condenser mic चाहिए गाने के लिए, so maybe they will provide you one, especially if you insist on it, okay? Right. So now what we will do, we'll just quickly finish about this mic part, and I'll request Archana ji to show you some photographs from Amazon, because then you will also see the price, I think, of some of these mics, etc. So what is the other type of difference in the mics? Some of them are called corded mics. That means they have a cord, they have a power cord, right? And some of the mics are cordless mics. That means they run on battery and they run on wireless system, because in the program, the what do you call, the audio person who supplies the audio equipment will have one small receiver like this. This is only a spectacles case, but I'm just showing you. It is as small as a spectacles case with 2 antennas, like your Wi-Fi equipment. Actually, it is more like your Wi-Fi modem, right? So there are 2 antennas standing there, and the cordless mic has to be paired with the modem, with the receiver. Only then when you speak, other people can hear you. Otherwise, you will not be able to hear. The other problem with corded mic is that the battery may run out. Because your audio person, suppose he has given you a used battery, then when you are in the middle of a song, suppose the battery goes, finished, khatam. Okay? So ensure all these things. And the other problem with mic, with corded mic, is that it is very convenient. It's very convenient because it does not have a wire hanging down, etc. But the problem with the corded mic is that, suppose there is a huge distance between your mic and the wireless receiver, and if people are going to walk in between, then the signal will get interrupted and you will not be able to use the mic. So the mic will have gaps. So when you speak, they cannot hear you fully. Some sentences will get missed, or some sentences in your song will also get missed. So those are the occupational hazards of a cordless mic. If the corded mic has a full battery, a new battery, and those are not like pentorch batteries, they are like a small piece of cake. You know, those bigger batteries are there, right? They are like small mini mini chocolates, big ones, right? So they are pretty good. They run for a full program, there is no problem. But you must ensure that when you get a corded mic, you must ask the audio provider, audio person who is the vendor, that whether he has put the new battery. So these are some of the checklists that you must prepare when you go for a public program, when you go for a stage show. You must ensure all these things are properly done. So a good singer will always go well prepared, including with his lyrics sheet, as I have always been saying. Okay? And well, today there are also mics which are Bluetooth mics. Bluetooth mics. So it will be connected with your laptop. So since only you are sitting in front of the laptop, there is no need for a very major hazard. So you can easily use a Bluetooth mic without any major problem. So Bluetooth mics are also obviously cordless. They are wireless, but they are very convenient. And today, if you have good Wi-Fi, good Bluetooth connection, and if you are sitting near the source, then you are very sure that there will not be any interruption. Okay? So Archana ji, I will request you now to show the pictures and images of mics. After that, we will have a song by Colonel B.K. Sharma. Yeah. So there are three pictures. One is the Bluetooth mic, which she is trying to show you. Let's hope. Archana, just double click on that. I mean.
Yeah, sir. I have clicked it.
You have clicked it, I know, but.
Wait, I'll ask Dimple to show it.
Achha. Yeah, so there are three pictures. One is a Bluetooth mic, and there are two other mics. I mean, these are not the only ones, okay? They are only illustrative, right? Just to demonstrate to you what kind of mics are available. Today, of course, lot of singers like you and me are coming forward to sing. So there are, yeah. So that is a Bluetooth mic, typical Bluetooth mic, right? So it is available for 6,181 rupees, but I think there are also less expensive Bluetooth mics which are available. And this is, I think, on some other website. I think it is YouBuy or something like that. Yeah, YouBuy, right? Yeah, yeah. So this is a typical Bluetooth mic. Yeah.
Is it a condenser mic or dynamic?
It is a, I mean, it is not a condenser mic, but it's a go-between, you can say, right? It's a go-between. They are pretty good. At least if they are very expensive, you can almost be sure they are good. That kind of a thing. They are pretty good. I mean, there's no problem. See, condenser mic you require when you are recording a song, when you are doing a show and things like that, right? Yes, Archana or Dimple, next one please. Next picture. Yeah. Archana ji? Yeah. Yeah. So this is again some kind of a, what do you call it? Karaoke kit actually, right? It is on Flipkart, it seems, right? So it has got a speaker inbuilt, and as you can see, there are some adjustments from where the wire is coming out, isn't it? So there you can see some, knobs. So you can increase the volume. See, it's only 599 rupees. I mean, otherwise it costs 2,000 rupees. There's a 70% discount and all that. So this is a very kind of portable kit which you can carry to your friend's house where you are having a party or where you are having a get-together, right? So you can do that, it's pretty good. And it is connected on Bluetooth. So you can play you can connect your mobile to it and play the track on the mobile and start singing, right? So it's a very, very handy, very portable and very convenient. Well, it may not be of the quality that we can see in a studio type of setup and all that, but it is pretty good for a party, for a get-together, for a birthday function or whatever at a home level, at a certain small hall level, maybe by 15 by 15 kind of a hall or 20 by 20 kind of a hall. I think you can do that. and it says Aryan Logistics, and it's a 10 watts output and things like that. So there is a mic there. It also runs on FM, it seems. So you can also play your radio there, and then it also has an auxiliary port. So you can possibly put in your pen drive and then play it. And then there are some LED lights which will be burning like a psychedelic effect, right? So it's a portable outdoor party kind of a speaker and things like that. Yeah. The third one, Archana ji?
Is it visible, sir? The third one? Or is it...
No, we are only seeing the second one. You have shown us 2 so far. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these are just to show you, because otherwise it will remain theory. Yeah. This is another Bluetooth kind of a speaker. You saw a very expensive one at 6,000. Now this is only 465, which otherwise costs 1,250. So there is a 62% discount on this, etc. Right? So this is also another Bluetooth wireless microphone, which you can connect to your laptop and do a program. I'm sure some of you who are going to sing today possibly will be using some of these devices, right? Okay, so thank you. So we will, I mean, there are some, you can go to Amazon. You can go to Amazon and search for a condenser mic. You will get a whole list of images and price list and all of that. You can also look at, you know, the other type of dynamic mic and things like that. Okay, so just for a small break now, because so that there is a good variety in the subjects also. Next, we are going to speak about speakers and things like that. So before going into the speakers part, let's have the song from Mr. Colonel B.K. Sharma. Yeah, my friend S.K. Raja has also joined. He is a good friend and a go-to person when it comes to technical matters. So he is our part of our troop and group as well. So welcome to Mr. S.K. Raja. We will ask him to speak after Colonel B.K. Sharma's song. Yeah. Colonel B.K. Sharma?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Audible?
Yeah.
Right.
I will like to also pin you. So let me try to see where you are and then.
Okay.
Where is B.K.
Yeah.
Sharma ji? Okay, Tamanna is there. B.K. Sharma is there.
yellow
Haan
shirt.
sir, you carry on. Don't worry about me.
I just
There
take
you
20
are.
seconds.
The
20
host
seconds.
can put him on speaker view so that everybody can see.
Yeah, he is
Sorry?
the center of the.
I couldn't get it. What?
The
No.
host can put you in
You carry
speaker
on.
view so that people
Okay.
can see you.
Yeah.
sing.
No, Mohan, I have pinned him. I have put him on pin. I think you can see both of us in
Okay.
the center of the screen, right? Yeah. I have been doing that in the earlier programs. So that's how we are doing it in these programs as well. Haji. मेरा फेवरेट गाना गाने वाले हैं ना आप? What a song, sir.
It's audible? Fine.
हाँ, a little bit, but let's go on and yeah. No, not now. Audio, no audio. We can't hear the track.
Sorry?
We can't hear the track.
You can't hear the track. Okay. Wait. 1 minute.
Sure.
Problem in track?
No, we can't hear the.
Okay. Just give me then somebody else can start up.
हाँ, यानी आपका जो आवाज है we can hear, but that when you play the track, we are not able to hear.
I'll shift to laptop.
Sure, I'll ask Kiran ji to come forward. हाँ जी. Kiran Oberoi ji, आइए. हाँ जी किरण. Yeah. No, you're on mute. You're on mute. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
I
are.
am singing without mic,
हाँ जी.
so excuse me.
Please, please, please.
तुम जो मिल गए हो तो ये लगता हूँ जहाँ मिल गया कि जहाँ मिल गया एक भटके हुए राही को कारवां मिल गया तुम जो मिल गए हो तो ये लगता है कि जहाँ मिल कि जहाँ मिल गया बैठो न दूर हमसे देखो खफा न हो बैठो न दूर हमसे देखो खफा न हो किस्मत से मिल गए हो मिल के जुदा न हो किस्मत से मिल गए हो मिल के जुदा न हो मेरी क्या खता है होता है ये भी के दमी से भी कभी आसमान मिल गया कि जहाँ मिल गया
I think she went off the air, it appears. Because her connectivity was a problem. I think she had a bandwidth problem. Because उनका गाना जो है ऊपर नीचे स्लो और फास्ट आ रहा था. हाँ.
तुम क्या जानो तुम क्या हो एक सुरीला नगमा हो तुम क्या जानो तुम क्या हो एक सुरीला नगमा हो भीगी रातों में मस्ती तपते दिन में साया हो तुम क्या जानो तुम क्या हो अब जो आ गए हो जाने न देंगे से मुझे एक हसीन मेहरबान मिल गया के जहाँ मिल गया। तुम भी थे खोए खोए, मैं भी बुझा बुझा। तुम भी थे खोए खोए, मैं भी बुझा बुझा। अजनबी ज़माना अपना कोई न था। अजनबी ज़माना अपना कोई न था। दिल को मिल गया है तेरा सहारा, इस नई जिंदगी का निशान मिल गया। तुम जो मिल गए हो तो ये लगता है कि जहाँ मिल गया। मेरा ही तो कारवां मिल गया। तुम जो मिल गए हो तो ये लगता है कि जहाँ मिल गया।
थैंक यू किरण जी, थैंक यू।
कैसा लगा सर?
अच्छा लगा। आप तो
was
ऐसे
it?
आप तो अनप्लग्ड गाने वाली थी, लेकिन आपने तो पूरा ट्रैक लगा के गा लिया।
नहीं, मैं ट्रैक के साथ ही गाया है। मैंने कहा था मेरे पास माइक नहीं है।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, गुड गुड, वेरी नाइस, गुड अटेम्प्ट। आप काफ़ी फील के साथ गा रही हैं। एंड आई थिंक वी हैव टू अप्रिशिएट योर गट्स एट ट्राइंग सच अ टफ सॉन्ग एक्चुअली, है कि नहीं? क्योंकि इसमें टेम्पो का भी अंतर होता है, ठीक है ना? एंड देन द सॉन्ग ऑल्सो इज़ वेरी टफ सॉन्ग एक्चुअली। इट्स अ वेरी टफ सॉन्ग, वेरी वेरी टफ सॉन्ग, एंड इट्स अ वेरी लॉन्ग सॉन्ग, राइट? तो बधाइयाँ, because then you deserve all the kudos for trying such a tough song also. बट क्या है ना मैडम कि वन थिंग, हमने तो माइक के बारे में बात कर लिया, कैसे गाना है बात कर लिया, स्पीकर्स के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं, वो सब ठीक है। बट द सीक्रेट ऑफ सक्सेस इज द बैंडविड्थ अवेलेबिलिटी एंड द वाईफाई अवेलेबिलिटी इन द रूम इन विच यू आर सिंगिंग। फाइनली ना, जितना भी अच्छा गा भी लेंगे, लेकिन अगर वहाँ पे बैंडविड्थ नहीं रहा या फिर कम रहा, और इफ़ देर इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ एन इंटरप्शन इन द बैंडविड्थ और वाईफाई, क्योंकि आपका तो वी कुड नॉट इवन सी यू एट ऑल, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू आर नॉट इवन विजिबल टू अस। एंड इन बिटवीन, हाँ, इन बिटवीन वो पहले अंतरा के बारे में बाद में आई थिंक देयर वाज अ लॉन्ग गैप, वी थॉट यू हैड स्टॉप्ड सिंगिंग एक्चुअली। In fact, I was even telling everybody that perhaps she has gone off the, आप तो डिस्कनेक्ट होके गई एक्चुअली, और फिर आप वापस आ गए। तो द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट द टेक्नोलॉजी तो है ही, लेकिन द सेम टेक्नोलॉजी कैन ऑल्सो बी अ एनिमी और अ कल्प्रिट फॉर अस, राइट? इट कैन ऑल्सो बी द विलन, बिकॉज सब कुछ ठीक ठाक रहेगा, एंड देन फाइनली when the bandwidth is not there, then it can play a real spoil sport, as they say, right? Very well attempted, madam. Any other comments from any other co-participants? Anybody would like
Thank
to?
you so much.
Yeah, I think I saw
Take care.
Mr. Vijay Raghavan's comment also that she sang with a lot of feel and things like that. Very good attempt actually, madam. Very good attempt. क्या है ना, but only thing is we must keep the same scale. I mean, just because it is difficult, we should not lower the scale or increase the scale, you know. तो because वो जो song का जो
Yes, yes.
वो जो मजा होता है that comes out. I mean, वो निकल जाता है actually.
Yeah.
So that is the only thing, क्योंकि इसमें ऊपर चढ़ाव और उतार काफ़ी frequent होता है ना ये गाने में, तो you have to be a little careful with such songs also. But again, as I said, hats off to your क्या बोलते हैं उसको, you're pretty courageous. That's what I can say. Congrats, very good. Keep it up.
Thanks.
गाते रहिए मैडम, गाते रहिए, गाता रहे मेरा दिल.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. कर्नल शर्मा,
Yes,
आप रेडी हैं? अच्छा, कर्नल शर्मा इज रेडी. ओके, थैंक यू किरण जी, थैंक यू.
Just see audio.
हाँ, जरा प्ले करिए. नहीं, बहुत एको आ रहा है, आपका एको बहुत ज्यादा है. रिड्यूस इट बाय हाफ. हाँ, अभी ट्राई करिए आप.
Hello.
हाँ, तो एको जरा ज्यादा है. यू रिड्यूस इट कंसिडरेबली. यू कीप इट एट समथिंग लाइक 9 o'clock. If it is 0 to 10, then keep it where you normally see a 9 o'clock on the clock. ठीक है, I think you're okay.
तेरे बिन तेरे बिन नैन हमारे आए तेरे बिन पाठ तक गए सांझ सखा तेरे बिन रात जो आए जल जाए प्यासी रात जो दिल का है दूजा नाम उदासी निंदिया ना आए निंदिया ना आए अब मेरे द्वारे तेरे बिन सून नयन हमारे आए तेरे बिन सून ओ जग मेरा मैं जग से पराया जग मेरा मैं जग से पराया साया भी मेरा पास ना हंसने के दिन भी हंसने के दिन भी रो के गुजारे तेरे बिन सून नयन हमारे आए तेरे बिन सून बात तकत गए सांझ सखारे तेरे बिन। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू। साहब शर्मा जी, ऐसा है कि जब आप रिकॉर्डिंग सुनेंगे ना, ये प्रोग्राम के यानी ये प्रोग्राम के बाद जो रिकॉर्डिंग आएगा, तो जब सुनेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि एको क्या होता है। मीनिंग आपका एको इतना ज़्यादा है कि इवन व्हेन यू सेड थैंक यू नाउ वी हर्ड इट 5 टाइम्स। Okay, when you said once thank you, we heard it 5 times. So that shows the extent of the echo setting that you have done. तो यही एक प्रॉब्लम है कि these are all settings with which we have to be very careful because they are very delicate and very sensitive. That is one. The second is, even in your track we were able to hear the echo. And the other problem is, suppose, I mean technically speaking, suppose अभी आप जो program हमारे लिए कर रहे हैं, now let's say your wife is also listening to you on her mobile, and if she comes into the room, then both these broadcasts will start speaking to each other, and there will be multiplication of the echoes also. Okay, so we have to be really careful about all these things, because some of these
mixer has got echo, so I have to reduce it from my mixer.
नेचुरली ऐसा है ना, ये जो नॉब है ना मिक्सर का, वो जो क्लॉक में 9 o'clock कहाँ पे आता है, वहाँ पे रखना चाहिए, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. एंड अगेन इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द सॉन्ग सर, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द सॉन्ग कि कौन सा गाना गा रहे हैं आप, जहाँ पे थोड़ा सा एको आएगा तो अच्छा रहेगा. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कौन है जो सपनों में आया, फॉर एग्जांपल, वहाँ पे थोड़ा कुछ यानी लिटिल मोर एको कैन बी देयर बिकॉज दैट सॉन्ग इटसेल्फ इज सपोज्ड टू बी लाइक दैट एटसेट्रा ना. तो एको का आप जरा ध्यान दीजिए, इसको FX बोलते हैं एक्चुअली. मिक्सर में इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज FX, राइट? सो इट्स कॉल्ड एज एन FX सेटिंग. तो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट दैट, ठीक है ना. द अदर थिंग इज दैट वी वर नॉट एबल टू हियर द ऑडियो एट ऑल, यानी ऑडियो पता नहीं वो कहाँ पे प्ले कर रहा है. तो दैट इज़ व्हाट वी विल ऑल्सो बी टॉकिंग इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन की ये अगर आप ब्रॉडकास्ट लैपटॉप से कर रहे हैं तो कहाँ रखना चाहिए वो output of your device, where should you...
I have a question. This is my mixer.
Yes.
I think it was put on delay by mistake.
See, delay.
तो
हाँ, ये delay के साथ आता है. Yeah. So Raja, since you are present there, would you like to say something, Raja? Please unmute yourself and say, would you like to comment?
Yeah.
Raja and Vijay Raghavan are the two guys who know a little more than me in terms of the technicalities. So I would certainly
I'll be very careful when Mohan Krishnan is there. So he's another guy who knows quite a lot.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, but anyway, my point is, am I audible to you?
100%. 100%.
Very good. Now, I do not know how much GDG has covered on the subject of technicalities.
No, not
because
yet.
he himself is a authority on it because of practice. No. But all that I want to say, because I'm not responding to a specific question, right. But then I am putting myself as a beginner because that is where I started. So it is important for us to keep things very simple. Like, for example, he had a wonderful mixer, Kanal Saab, and he said that by mistake the delay button was there.
Correct.
So, now, we are not conscious about it. So, if we they break the entire sequence into this, that I am the singer, I am going to sing. And I am going to sing for what? There is a track. So, the track is coming from some source. My voice is coming. And both have to join. So that is a very important thing for you all to remember. Once they join, they should be mixed properly. Then it has to be amplified. There is an amplifier, and then it goes to a speaker where everybody listens. This is the system. Now, there are a lot of gadgets available for karaoke singers today, very, very sophisticated. But my only request to everybody is, till you master it, what is the most important thing for you to master today is your singing and you're being in tune with the track.
Track.
That is the most important thing.
That's
So
it.
put your attention on that and keep things simple. Take help from your son, daughter-in-law, whoever is there, till you become very comfortable. Once you're comfortable, then you go in for a slightly higher sophistication, which will be useful.
Correct.
This is what I want to say in a very, very basic manner. I will be ready to take any questions you all have on this. GD, I leave it to you now.
Yeah. Now, while on the subject, I have also prepared a line diagram today.
Yes.
आज दोपहर को मैं 3:30 बजे बैठ के I prepared a line diagram which I wanted to show to all of you. So I will request Archana ji to show the line diagram which I sent as a PDF document. उसमें 2 diagrams हैं, पहले फर्स्ट वाला दिखाएंगे, उसके बाद दूसरा वाला दिखाएंगे. So I would request you to, Archana ji, to show that. Please see this because it's a very simple thing. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, it's not rocket science. But जो भी है वो दिखाना चाहिए and how it should be connected, etc. Right? Archana ji.
But while somebody is coming in the echo you're talking, I'm in a place where it is about 11 degrees centigrade. So automatically you will get a tremolo, leave aside an echo.
Yeah. So उसको जरा उसको थोड़ा नीचे या whatever, I don't know how, थोड़ा ऊपर, नहीं ऊपर, ये हुआ. So this is the audio setup option number 1 for a typical stage performance I have put there. तो लेफ्ट साइड में आप देखिएगा कि देर इज माइक एंड देन उसके नीचे है नेक्स्ट इनपुट इज ट्रैक. नाउ द ट्रैक कैन बी फ्रॉम द लैपटॉप, फ्रॉम एन आईपैड और अ मोबाइल फोन. ये दोनों जाके मिक्स होते हैं मिक्सर में, राइट? एंड फ्रॉम द मिक्सर इट गोज टू द 2 स्पीकर्स और 1 स्पीकर, वॉट एवर दैट यू मे बी हैविंग. ठीक है ना? नाउ यू गो टू द डायग्राम एट द बॉटम. Yeah, Raja, you wanted to say something.
No. See, you're assuming that the mixer becomes the amplifier. See,
Right.
the sound has to be amplified.
Right.
Today you get mixers with amplifier.
Yeah, mixer amplifier is what I am trying to say.
Then you should put it as mixer amplifier because an amplifier is a very important.
Okay, I did it in a hurry, so I must have missed the word amplifier in the word mixer.
Also, because today all mixers come with amplifiers also.
Exactly.
That is right.
Exactly. So for the option 2 for streaming, that means if you want to stream it like what I am doing in Zoom or something like that, then you have a mic, you have a track, which is the same thing. It goes into the mixer amplifier. From the mixer amplifier, what I have is what people call as a sound card, or it is also called as an audio interface. Right?
Interface.
It can be like a small tiffin box. It can be as small as a pen drive also. Depends upon what technology is used to make that. And then through the audio interface, when it comes into this laptop in which you are seeing me, then when I play the track on my laptop and when I sing, both get beautifully synthesized or mixed and judiciously mixed or whatever, and then you are able to see and hear it in the laptop in which you are seeing me speak as of now, right? So last time when I played a song and then you could hear that, right? So it is, for me, as far as I am concerned, I am using a mixer amplifier from which everything is going into an audio interface where it gets probably perfectly mixed or whatever, balanced and things like that, and as a result of which you are able to hear both the singer as well as the track which is playing, right?
Yeah.
So
I would like to say something here, GD.
Yes, please.
My friends, see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components which Mr. Sharma has shown. So it is important that all these 3 or all these 5 are capable of connecting with itself.
Yeah.
Now I'll make it very now for people who do not know, you will be confused with something which is what is digital and what is analog. then when you go in for a mic, have you shared with them on
Yeah.
mic?
I just finished my mic part. I'm now going to the
Okay.
speakers part.
So there again in mic, you will say, somebody will say, there will be a condenser mic, and then there will be a
dynamic mic.
Dynamic mic. Yeah. So make sure when you do all these things, make sure that they are connected with each other. Otherwise, you would find that it's giving you problem, and then you'll go bonkers. Yeah. That's all that I was.
What you mean by connected? Make sure that they're all connected is not so obvious as what he means is that they're all compatible. They are all compatible and connected.
Correct.
They should all speak to each other and they should all be friends.
They should be friends. Correct. Beautifully.
And that's what he means. That's what he means by saying, see that they are all connected together. That means they are all compatible with each other in terms of what are. So you can actually go to an electronics shop and tell them that this is what I want. So then they'll give you everything in such a way that they're all compatible with each other.
Yes, that is very, very important.
Yeah. Okay.
Finally, when the sound comes out in a speaker, please remember it is an analog. It is not a digital one. The sound which finally comes from a speaker is analog. So somewhere the digital sound is going to get converted to analog. Please remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So, so Archana ji, you can remove the.
Any questions anybody has at this stage?
There will be questions more because once we talk about speakers and things like that. So Sharma ji, Colonel Sharma ji, so that is what you have to remember while you have a good mixer and things like that. Ensure that they are all mixed properly and then the output comes in such a way that both the audio is heard as well as the vocals are also heard. So iske bare mein we will talk because what happens is why I also make a few people sing in these sessions is also partly for the reason that we can also tell them, we can also ask them what are the equipments they are using, because some of you will be using, like Colonel Sharma is using a mixer. I don't think Kiranji was using any mixer. So different people use different equipments with which they seem to be comfortable or whatever, and so therefore it's a sharing of experience. For example, some other singers in the next session, we are going to have regular, sessions of singers coming and singing one by one. So some of them you will see that they are well prepared, they are connected correctly and all of that. So it all depends on one's interest, and as Raja was saying, let us first learn to sing properly and then we will start leveraging the technology also, so that the technology can help us to present our songs in a much better sound, much better light as well, etc., etc., right? So that is as far as the mics are concerned. Then we will go now to the speakers, right? Now, what is the purpose of a speaker? The purpose of a speaker is to produce the audio output. The purpose of a speaker is to produce the audio output that comes from a mixer. The end output which the audience will hear, or which your family will hear, or which audience of 7,000 people, like the late singer when KK was performing in Calcutta, it seems there were some 7,000 odd participants or audience and things like that. So that's what a speaker, those speakers can actually be, can do. And so again here also, thanks to technology, today we have Bluetooth speakers also, which are pretty good. In fact, most of them are obviously wireless, so we can even use them in the train. Some of us, when we travel from Chennai to Calcutta on an overnight train, we have all used Bluetooth speakers, because then we can put the track on in a Bluetooth speaker and then just sing raw, because in a train that's all you need to do, and so on. And but as you graduate, you will start appreciating better speakers, speakers which are much better built in terms of construction, architecture and all of that. So you have several brands, several good brands. For example, I'll just name a few of them. You have speakers that are called as, that are from the house of Alto. For example, we have Alto speakers for our Geet Gatachal as a troupe. Then there is Mackey's. M-A-C-K-I-E-S, Mackeys. Of course, then we have our own good old Ahuja speakers. They are pretty good today, and they have really evolved over a period of time. Ahujas have been experts in the sound reproduction system space, sound reproduction space, and I'm sure many of their speakers are of top quality today. Then you have Behringer, then you have Sony, you have Yamaha, of course you have Bose, and then you have Edifier, Edifier, Edifier as a brand, and then of course you have Marshall. You have Marshall,
which is very good.
You have Stranger as a brand. Marshall, Edifier, Bose, Yamaha, Sony, Behringer, Ahuja, Mackeys, and Alto, to just name a few. Well, it's all a question of what you require, how big is your room in the house, what is your audience or the the volume expectation that you have, what is the fidelity you require, the quality of the sound that you require to be reproduced, at what level you want to reproduce it. Do you have a big audience, or you're just going to sing to a group of 10 people in your drawing room? So all these will actually determine your speaker selection, right? And
Fishman is very good also.
Fishman, sure, that's good. Fishman is also good. Yeah, I mean, basically you have a variety. I think we are spoiled for choice today, and of course it's a question of how deep is your pocket as well, because if you can afford it, why not? You can afford some good stuff actually to do it, to use, and things like that. And then of course you require the third.
I just want to say something here to my friends. Sorry to interrupt you, GD. In the beginning, what I'm saying is, take a speak. Your initial purpose is for you to hear your own singing along with the track. So select speakers which will give you that output and you're comfortable. Then when you become comfortable with your singing, with the track and things like that, then you explore and spend more on more sophisticated. This is a suggestion. It's not an advice also. It's my suggestion by which we have also gone through that.
We have all gone through those stages of experience, so that's why I think he's suggesting that let's take baby steps, but let's take some steps for sure. Let's take some baby steps, let's take some simple steps. Start with some simple equipment like a simple Bluetooth speaker. I remember a friend of mine gifted me a Bluetooth speaker which is probably not bigger than this mug, I think smaller than this mug. But it was very powerful, small but very powerful indeed, actually, right? Well, so the other thing, based on what Mr. Raja is saying, is that what I have always done, and which has paid me a lot of rich dividends, is that, in your ordinary mobile, whether it's a Samsung or whatever make, your smartphone, that is, in your ordinary smartphone, you have an app, or you have a provision called voice recorder, right? So I used to place it very close to the speaker or very close to wherever I'm singing, and I would record my own recordings of my song, and then listen to it 10 times maybe, right? To say that, okay, in the first antara I committed this mistake, in the second antara I should not have pronounced that word in this particular fashion, or I missed the beat in the third antara, or that I didn't start properly, or whatever it is, or that I didn't properly possibly express the right emotion or feel for that particular line or whatever, right? So, and the best feedback possibly is your own listening to your own recording, and I find that as a very, very useful experience, a very, very useful tool. And I have again and again and again re-recorded. So while I am talking about this, let me owe my thanks to Colonel BK Sharma, because one fine day he just said, listen to my recording, and he sent it in our group, the Season-2 A to Z group, and I think he sent it to me personally also. So the moment I saw the name of that song from the movie Meri Surat Teri Aankhein, I'm impacted. I got COVID, literally. I got COVID fever because of that song, you know. And you will not believe me, I don't know how much I owe my gratitude to Colonel Sharma. I mean, he didn't do anything, frankly. He just posted his song. That's all he did. But I just wanted to share with you from what I shared in the last session also, or in the previous session, third session, if I remember right. Some songs can haunt you. Some songs can haunt you, I'm telling you. And this song, I have heard it, I have sung it, I have listened to it, I have seen the picturization. And you know, the picturization of this song is very dear to my heart, because when Ashok Kumar is singing, and when Asha Parekh is listening to that song, because she is also somewhere in the same region, and she comes in search of Asha Parekh, Asha Parekh comes in search of Ashok Kumar or whoever is the singer of that song. Oh Anjane, Andekhe is how the third paragraph starts, right? The third antara is sung by Lata Mangeshkar. So she says, Oh Anjane, Oh Andekhe. So she has not seen him. She only has heard his beautiful voice. And when they show Asha Parekh for the first time looking into the mountains, the mountain that you can see in the background is the mountain with which I grew up in my childhood. And the name of that mountain, that peak, is called Duke's Nose, which can be seen from Khandala, and which is also available in Lonavala, which is of course the hill is in Lonavala actually proper. And you can actually see it from Khandala, where the film shootings do happen, from points like Reversing Point and several other vantage points from where they do the shooting. So you can see the peak of Duke's Nose. And I have climbed that Duke's Nose maybe I don't know how many times. Well, it's a very difficult mountain, but we used to do trekking. And I remember before my 11th standard final exams of All India Higher Secondary, I climbed up to that mountain to break a coconut on top of the mountain to pray that I should at least pass. I should at least pass my 10th standard All India Higher Secondary. Of course, the fact is I just scraped through. That's another matter. But that mountain is so close to our family. It's so close to Kendriya Vidyalaya, students of INS Shivaji, Lonavala, and all of them, and that's actually possibly the reason why I am so much attached to that song. But then the moment I heard Colonel B.K. Sharma sending me the song, I said, I am going to capture this mountain as well. And so, B.K. Sharma ji, I'm just sharing with you, after you sent it to me that whole week, because it is very easy to sing the song maybe, and I am not talking about my experience or wasting your time, but I am just telling you that how intricately you have to listen to the song, because every line is a master stroke, I mean, you know, and for example, B.K. Sharma actually sang it correctly in that particular word. For example, that line, नाम है दूजा, नाम है दूजा, you know, रात उदासी, whatever, you know, whatever is the word, रात उदासी, नाम है दूजा, रात उदासी. So you know, every word Rafi Saab has done you know, his own tricks of the trade, and you have to, you may not reproduce all of it, but then that's what adds to the beauty. Otherwise it's a very, very self-pitying kind of a song actually, but it is so well composed and so well rendered that my wife used to keep on saying, why are you keeping on humming the song? She got bored with it, you know. But then I said, no, I have to record it. Otherwise I'm not going to be living peacefully. And I did record it 3 days back, and I had set myself the last date as today, but I recorded it 3 days back, and I dare say that I have not done it very well, but because there is also the humming in the beginning, there is a humming in the beginning of every antara. It's a very tough song, very, very tough song. And thank you, Colonel Sharma. You sang it very well, as I had already messaged you privately. You sang it very well. Of course, there are areas which we can always point out, but it's okay. I mean, nobody is perfect, right? So that is the beauty of how a song can haunt you and motivate you. inspire you. Yeah, I'll just finish. Inspire you, motivate you, threaten you, and even warn you to say that you better now. You have heard this 25 times, you have heard this 65 times, and you now better sing it and prove to yourself that yes, you can sing this song. Yeah, Haji, Colonel Sharma.
Can I say just one moment?
I said you can.
What I found the fault also for the education of others. What mistake I did was, I had a laptop also here. Zoom was on at laptop also. And Zoom was on my mobile also.
That's what I said. So there will be.
One fault was it was delayed. Second was the sound was going from two sources to my.
Sources. Yeah. I think Mohan Krishnan has put it in the chat box, if I remember right, to say that if I am not mistaken, he has used two instruments or two devices or whatever.
By chance.
So that's what I said. See, that's what I said in a masked manner when I said that, let's say if your wife is also in the same room using her device, which is what I thought happened, then that's what will happen, that those two devices will bounce off against each other, and that's exactly the problem will come.
Mistake. Yes.
Thank you. Mohan, you wanted to say something? You have raised your hand.
So in this song, Meri Surat Teri Aankhein, S.D. Burman has composed two lovely songs.
What about Pucho Na Kaise Maine Rayan Bitaya?
Yeah, now Pucho Na Kaise is by Manade. When Tere Bin Sune was being recorded, Manade's the recording singing style of Shastriya Gaan was on top. So the Rafi brought a finer touch to that.
Yeah.
If you listen to the word is, if you see the mouth articulation. Din ka hai du ja.
Naam Udasi.
Naam Udasi. This is how the enunciation moves. Rafi will sing without moving his lips. Din ka hai du ja. Naam Udasi. The voice is generated right from here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is, there is not much of lip movement, but the entire voice is blended into that background music. This is something unique composition which I want to share. Sharmaji sang it very well, very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mohan.
Thank you. Right. Okay.
Since you've spoken so much about it, we would like to listen to your version.
This someday we'll do. We are constantly doing programs.
Surely,
you can join one of those programs.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you for all the inputs from Raja, Mohan, and several others. And last point, of course, I just want to touch a little upon mixer amplifier, as we call it. So the amplifier, what is an amplifier? Technically, an amplifier increases the power of the sound signal, right? Increases the power. So that's why an amplifier can really does the amplification, as we say. So to amplify sound signals in such a manner that the audio can reach far corners of a large hall or a large space and things like that. That's why you require an amplifier, really. And the speaker is the device for that, right? Now, what is a mixer? So the most convenient approach or method is to route or combine numerous audio signals, which means that your vocal sound as well as the track sound, these are the two main things that we are concerned with. Now you can combine or route both these signals, or we can call them as inputs. And what does a mixer actually do? Like Colonel Sharma was saying, there are several knobs and adjustments there. You can adjust the timbre, as we call it, right? You can adjust the timbre. You can also adjust the dynamics of the sound. So if the sound is a little bass, or if it is coming from lower octaves, then you can actually increase the treble adjustments in the mixer and so on. So you can balance it. Basically, you can sharpen it, you can soften it. So that's what a mixer does, whereas an amplifier amplifies. So that's why now today, as Raja was saying, you have Yamaha mixer amplifiers, right? So for example, I am using an Yamaha MG10XU, that is the model number, Yamaha MG 10XU, which is pretty good for all your normal requirements, whether it's a public program out in the open or whether it's a streamed show, virtual streamed show through through Zoom or whatever, right? Now there are Yamaha make mixer amplifiers. There is also Studio Master. Then you have another thing called brand called Extreme Acoustics. X as in X, the letter X, right? Extreme Acoustics. They are all available on all these online stores, and the prices range from anywhere from between 4,500 onwards right up to 16,000, 22,500 and so on and so forth. Of course, it depends upon the capacity, depends upon the output volume, range and things like that, and so therefore the range can be as wide as 4,500 to 18,000 rupees, right? You can also have a small mixer amplifier like what Colonel Sharma was showing you. I will request Colonel Sharma to give us the model number and things like that in the WhatsApp group so that people can actually benefit from it, right? And possibly at what cost he purchased it and what is the make, what is the brand and what is the model number and things like that. आप WhatsApp में कर दीजिए sir, ठीक है ना?
I'll send the picture also.
You can send the picture also, you can send a image of it, etc. Okay, now we have the next set of singers who will want to like to come now forward. We'll have possibly another two more numbers, if not all the three. Who would like to come? Tamban Nair?
Yeah.
Please come.
Okay.
GD, can I be excused? I've got some guests here.
No problem.
If it is perfectly okay that, just going to go out for dinner, if you don't mind.
Please, carry on.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Very nice meeting. I hope you can save some more time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can I sing?
Yeah, please. Wow.
जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन कहते थे तेरी राह में नजरों को हम बिछाएंगे जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन कहते थे तेरी राह में नजरों को हम बिछाएंगे चाहे कहीं भी तुम रहो चाहेंगे तुमको उम्र भर तुमको न भूल पाएंगे मेरे कदम जहाँ पड़े सजदे किए थे यार ने मेरे कदम जहाँ पड़े सजदे किए थे यार ने मुझको रुला रुला दिया जाती हुई बहार ने जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन कहते थे तेरी राह में नजरों को हम बिछाएंगे चाहे कहीं भी तुम रहो चाहेंगे तुमको उम्र भर तुमको न भूल पाएंगे अपनी नजर में आजकल दिन भी अंधेरी रात है, अपनी नजर में आजकल दिन भी अंधेरी रात है, साया ही अपने साथ था, साया ही अपने साथ है, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, कहते थे तेरी राह में नजरों को हम बिछाएंगे, चाहे कहीं भी तुम रहो, चाहेंगे तुमको उम्र भर, तुमको न भूल पाएंगे.
Tamban.
Yeah.
Nannai. Okay,
Nannai,
tell me what is your audio setup? I mean, because then I can
Setup
see
is,
you.
TV connection.
Okay, so you're playing the track on the TV.
Yeah.
Okay, so the TV is reproducing the sound.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is it that you're having in your hand?
This is a mic of the earphone. The earphone.
Earphone and mic connected to?
Yeah, connected to mobile.
In which you are showing, in which we can see you, right?
Yeah.
In which we can see you. Okay. So what is happening is, in this case, because he has connected the earphone and the mic to the mobile, like all of us do, oh, ठीक से सुनाई दे रहा है, no problem, his voice is very clearly heard. But we are able to hear the TV reproduction only in the background. Not fully, but good enough, you know.
Okay.
So it is like a nice jugaad kind of a thing. I mean, in the sense that we are able to hear the sound of the track, right?
Yes,
May not be fully synchronized and all that, but it's okay. But his voice was clear because he was directly singing into the his own earphone mic, which is incidentally connected to the mobile, in which we are seeing him. So that way it is directly connected. The relay is happening directly. Only thing is the background music is being heard in the background only, literally, right? Because it is being reproduced on the TV. Okay, good, very good. So that's a nice workable methodology.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
even if somebody were to connect their Persang to the TV, which is what we said right at the beginning, and if he is going to sing and perform in front of us, then we'll be able to hear almost the same thing. We'll be able to hear the sound and the background music both coming through from the TV, which is going to be heard if he is going to keep the mobile phone, close to the TV or whatever. How far is your TV from where you are sitting?
Some
right above you? Is it just above you?
No, just opposite. Some 6 foot away.
Okay, it is just at about 6 feet away. I think that's much better than in the previous two cases. I think so. Good. Yeah, but Tamban, I mean, like we always say, the diction is very important, pronunciation is very important and all that, okay? So you can surely, but otherwise you sang with a lot of feel, and even the high notes you were able to take quite comfortably, I would say, right?
Okay.
But ensure that you are always on the tal all the time, right? Because that is something which we must ensure as a basic hygiene factor kind of a thing, right? Okay, good. Very nice. Okay. So next, thank you so much. Yeah. Next, who is going to come? Who is the next singer?
Super Tamban sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Tamban sir, super, he is saying. Okay, right. Okay, very good. Thank you. Who would like to come next?
Can I take it myself? Dilip here.
Huh?
Dilip here. Can I take?
Dilip, yes. I was waiting for you only. Yeah, please.
Okay, I'm ready since.
Arey, aaja. Please come.
Okay. Hey,
come.
Okay.
Only Devyani is not there, right? I was looking for Devyani only. I think is she there? Devyani? No, she is not there.
Okay, can I start?
Please start.
I'm audible.
Please.
I'm audible, no?
Yes, you
I'm
are very
audible?
much audible. Very clearly audible. Yes.
Thank you.
Devyani is perhaps not there.
गिरे सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये लगन रिम झिम गिरे सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये लगन रिम झिम गिरे सावन जब घुंघरुओं सी बजती है बूंदे अरमां हमारे पल के न मूंदे जब घुंघरुओं सी बजती है बूंदे अरमां हमारे पल के न मूंदे कैसे देखे सपने नयन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये लगन रिम झिम गिरे सावन महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी से दिल बंद रहा है किसी अजनबी से महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी से दिल बंद रहा है किसी अजनबी से हाय करे अब क्या जतन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये लगन रिम झिम गिरे सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये लगन रिम झिम गिरे सावन
नाइस दिलीप जी, गुड अटेम्प्ट, वेरी गुड अटेम्प्ट। क्या है ना कि ताल में रहना जरा बहुत 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 मुख्य है सर।
ओके, थैंक यू सर।
क्योंकि दैट इज द थिंग एक्चुअली। आप शुरू में ठीक से गाए लेकिन उसके बाद जरा ताल मिस हो गया था, क्योंकि वो जो बोलते हैं ना हम टेक ऑफ और लैंडिंग, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है गाने में, ठीक है। बट गुड, आपका साउंड काफ़ी अच्छा सुन रहा था। आप कैसे सेटअप कैसे किया, आपका क्या है बताइए जरा।
नहीं, मेरा सेटअप तो ओनली देसी जुगाड़ है। Another mobile.
अच्छा।
Another mobile. I used YouTube Karaoke, and I just keep it near to my.
And you just singing. अच्छा, अच्छा.
Louder on the near to my.
Okay. So you are using two mobiles. On one mobile we are seeing you, and on another mobile you are playing the track and singing.
Correct.
By connecting the earphone and the mic. Earphone and mic, isn't it? Very good. Okay, good. That's a nice simple setup, like what Mr. Raja was also saying. Let us keep it simple.
You are able to hear the track.
नहीं, अच्छा है, very nice. नहीं, audio, the sound quality we were able to hear much better compared to one or two other earlier singers. Yeah, good. But practice करते रहिए sir, practice करते रहिए.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Same song, दोबारा करना ही पड़ता है.
Okay.
Sure.
One thing
Yes.
I want to mention.
हाँ sir.
One music system you were showing on your picture.
Okay.
So I bought one music system. I bought about 5,000 rupees from Amazon.
Achha.
That is Zuckerberg mic is there. But when I am singing, that is Bluetooth mic is there also. But when I am singing, always it gives echo. So while recording, echo comes. That is why I have not used it. Echo.
नहीं उसमें सेटिंग होगा. उसके ऊपर जो 3-4 बटन होंगे ना, तो उसमें one of them will be echo or FX. It is called FX.
FX, okay. I'll try.
उसको जरा मिनिमम में रख लीजिए, बस खत्म.
But that mic is very good for party song. When I'm singing,
that's what I'm saying.
Party,
that is what I showed the diagram also. Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
GD, I have a question on this mics that now that Dilip just mentioned about this Bluetooth mics.
Okay.
You get for on Amazon and all also 1,500, 2,000.
Yeah, I showed the images today in the program. Possibly you didn't see it.
I joined late. Yeah, sorry.
Correct.
So I'm saying how good, even as he said, there's a lot of echo and then very few adjustments in it. So any brand in that Bluetooth mic that you would recommend? Or anyone has that an experience?
That's what in the Bluetooth mics itself there are the more expensive ones. Obviously, price is directly proportional to the quality. I hope.
Yeah, branded.
So therefore, so that is also there. So you have to carefully choose. There are some good brands which are available on Bluetooth mics itself.
Example. One or two.
Well, I'm not able to come up with a name now, but unless Mohan or somebody is able to help me with the name, I don't know.
See, to all the people who are so keenly interested in karaoke singing, my humble suggestion is not to go for any of these online platforms.
Any of the online platforms?
Any like Amazon, Flipkart, because we cannot check the quality.
That is right.
Very true.
Please go to a proper electronic shop.
That's what. That like we had said earlier also. Correct. They'll be able to advise you much better. Yeah.
Play it out. Do tell him what exactly you need. They will give you. Get one of those technicians to come and fit it out in the house or call a few friends. You are investing about 30,000-40,000 rupees in the whole thing.
I mean, it depends.
Amazon, my investment on a whole thing is about 48,000 rupees. I didn't buy anything from Amazon. So
that's right. I mean,
I've got nothing against Amazon, but anything
I agree with you.
Rupees I don't buy on Amazon.
So it's not about Amazon. It's not about Amazon. For example, there is a very good, again, not able to immediately remember, there's a Bombay-based online platform only for gadgets, only for music gadgets.
See, the equipment
they are pretty good. They actually give you, they have a chat facility. They actually advise you. You can actually get into a chat with them and say that this is what I'm looking for. This is my budget and all that. They are able to advise you on that actually.
See,
so it is not that well.
From Zebronic Electronics, there is an equipment available.
Yeah,
it's about 4,800 rupees. One mic comes along free. You have to buy one more mic. For about 7,200 rupees, you get an excellent basic equipment. Practice on it for a year or so. Then depending upon where you want to progress, you can invest in your next thing. Say when it comes to stage programs, which GD he does many programs. I do a lot of programs in Chennai. For these stage programs, I simply hire the equipment.
That's right. We all do that. We all prefer
because
to do
we
that.
give the engineer the job. He will give all the adjustments and he'll give me the mic I want.
Yeah.
But when it comes to
kind of
parties and things like that, please invest well. That's my humble suggestion.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mohan. But Prasanna, the point is that one is like, let's begin, let's take baby steps is what we said earlier. You were not there possibly. Start in a simple way. Start like moving from comfort to the uncomfortable or whatever, known to unknown or whatever, like we all say. So move from small things to more complicated and more sophisticated kind of things, because then you can't afford to invest, like Mohan said, 48,000 rupees and then not know how to fit it up or how to set it up or how to even use it and things like that. So anyway, that's not also the kind of money that, seniors like us will have to experiment with. So it's always better to move from small equipment, small level investments. And like I showed in this very session a little earlier, you can see the recording later on, Prasanna, like some of these Bluetooth mics are also available very cheap. One or two mics are actually, the Bluetooth mic is actually priced at 6,000 rupees. So Right, so that means that possibly it is of a, but I know of a particular make which I will share in the WhatsApp group. Somebody had mentioned a particular Bluetooth mic brand, which they said was very good, actually.
Okay.
But rather than spending 6,000 rupees on a Bluetooth mic, I would rather spend on condenser mic.
I see.
Yeah, because then you know what you are going in for, right? Because then it is so sensitive, it is so soft, and it can take any sound, and it is actually much more professional than a dynamic mic and things like that. Vijay Raghavan wanted to say something. He has raised his hand. Please, Vijay. Please, Vijay.
Thanks, JD.
Yeah.
I just want to share what exactly I did when we started the sessions last first.
Yeah, you are part of season 1. Yes.
So we said, okay, let me take the most basic pieces of combination and learn.
Right.
So what I went for is a simple mixer, which I think has got a little bit of an amplification, and it has got 2 mics coming along with it. It's a cordless mic.
Very good.
To be honest, the mic is not a great, piece of mic or whatever it is. Only thing is, it sort of connects well. It syncs well both different channels to the mixer. And I took the output from the PC of the track. So both are fed inside the
Mixer amplifier. Yeah.
And my output was through one USB hub. I fed it into a PC mic. PC speaker, sorry. No, PC speaker.
Okay.
So overall, I get the full volume and simplest and the most elementary form of mixing.
Right.
And both put together, the speakers and the the mixer. Mixer plus 2 mics came to something like 7,000 rupees.
Wonderful.
The idea was just try it out and see how it works.
Very nice. Very
and
nice.
It's got echo control, individual speaker control.
Correct.
And also the volume control for the track.
Correct.
I mean, nothing very basic. I mean, nothing
very basic,
to write
but
home about,
workable.
But then I'm able to do everything and fool around with it and learn.
I swear. Really, very true. Very true. I mean, that's how we start, and then possibly when you're comfortable using at these levels, then probably you graduate to higher levels and say, okay, now let me go for a pakka mixer amplifier, and I'm sure on a second-hand basis we can also dispose of whatever we have, or we could actually give it to somebody else who is then at the starting level where we started, and so on and so forth. I think these things are very much that's the way to go, I think, I would say. So thank you.
I can share the thing in the next session or whatever.
Please do.
I can send it across to you. I mean,
or just take a picture, or
can see it
take a photograph of it and share it in the WhatsApp, or send it across. We can see it on the screen here. That will be so nice. Yeah, that will be so nice. Yeah, good. So thank you very much. Only thing is, the only thing left out now is Archana has to show us some more images, and with that we are done. Archana ji, sorry, it's a bit late, but अगर हो सके तो आज कर सकते हैं,
yes
या
sir,
फिर
no problem,
या फिर
we
next
can
time
do
कर
it.
सकते हैं. Yeah.
We can do it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, then we are kind of done, so yeah. So we saw the mics. I think now we will see the speakers as well as the mixer and things like that. Yeah. Yes, those are the folders. Correct. Yeah. So this is a Studio Master mixer amplifier. So you can see a lot of inputs can be given. It can take 2 mics. It can possibly take a guitar. It can possibly take 1 or 2 other instruments as well, and things like that. So this is costed at about 16,200. And more than that, I was more curious about the online seller. I'll just come to that. It's okay. So this is from Sound Glitz and all that, but I think this is Amazon screen, right? It must be, Amazon fulfilled. Yeah. So it's an Amazon thing. I wanted to show you that other online platform which sells all kinds of audio video equipment. And I'm sure it will come in one of these pictures. So this is one of them. Thank you, Archana. The next one, please. Yeah, this is also another Studio Master, Mini it says. So it has a lesser number of points which can take. So possibly it can take only 2 mics and maybe an input from the track or whatever, right? So this could be also very usable. This is at some 16% discount or whatever whenever I took the photograph. So this is Studio Master Mini. This is also a good, Studio Master is a good brand, and it also has Bluetooth and USB facility. So actually you can even play your track inside the mixer itself. So that is another possibility. Yeah, next please. Yes, this is from home actually. Yeah, this is Extreme Acoustics, which I had also mentioned. This is at about 9,000 rupees at a discount of 26%. Otherwise, I think it costs 12,000 odd rupees. Yeah. So this is looks like a very standard thing which I also have. Yamaha is also looks somewhat like this only. So you can connect. There are 4 inputs. There are 2 mics and 2 more inputs it can take and things like that. So it's a very, very nice, affordable 9,000 rupees kind of thing. And this is from, well, this also is Amazon delivered and all that. Okay, theek hai. So what else we have, Archana ji? These are the mixers, amplifiers. Yeah, I think speakers was also there, or have we already seen it? Mics to dekh liya, mixers bhi dekh liya.
Speakers are still pending.
हाँ, speakers जरा दिखा. हाँ, yes. Yeah, correct. There are, yeah. So this is Bajao.com. Absolutely, this is what I wanted. Bajao.com is based out of Mumbai, of course, all India platform. They are extremely good. They actually also guide you in terms of technical specifications and selection of equipment and all that. So this is almost at a 35% discount, 2 speakers, right? And Mackie, that is a make. Actually, I had also mentioned about Mackie as a make brand, and this is available at 10,600 rupees. Next. Bajao.com, correct, absolutely. So this is again from Bajao Express. I am not able to see the brand name because that black this thing is available on top of that. I'm not able to see that. Possibly this is another brand.
Presonus.
Presonus is it? Okay. It says PRE. Yeah. You can't remove that black band, na? Theek hai. No problem. So this is Bajao.com's platform where you have this particular brand at 11,990. Pretty good. These are all good for programs, stage shows and things like that. Next. Yeah, this is of course a Bluetooth speaker which you can use at home. This is only available at 1,349 rupees as compared to 3,000 rupees. It's available at more than 50% discount. These are all very useful. As somebody said, at least you can hear your own voice. At least 5-6 people around the family can sit around and listen to you. So these are all good, speakers, Bluetooth speakers, wireless. Yeah. Next, last one. Acha, 2 more to go. Okay. Now these are again Alesis. This is an Alesis make. This is available at 8,500 rupees. This is again from Bajao Express. Bajao has got lot of variety that you cannot see in Amazon because they are specialists only in audio video equipment, musical equipment. So that's what makes them unique. Bajao.com. Yeah. Okay. And this is another make called Alesis. Okay. And the last one? Last one is, this is Ahuja. See, the finish also is so good. And it is available at 6,450 rupees. 100-watt speaker, Ahuja SRX. So this is again, Ahuja also, they are very good. Ahujas are really very, very dependable. Very, very, it's like a Maruti car, I mean, very, almost, it'll last long and things like that. You can use it for a long time. Rugged, build and all of that. Okay. So these are some of the speakers. Okay, So thank you, Archana. Thank you, and sorry for keeping you all late. Thank you, everybody. See you all in the next session. Next session we'll have more singers because we are done with the technicalities. Now it's only singing, feedback, and understanding how to sing better, how to use your equipment better, and bring the best part out of you and make a good presentation. I think that's the emphasis in the next session. Of course, I'll also like to share a little about how do you do streaming, how can you do live streaming, what are some of the platforms available free, online, and things like that. Okay? And how do you present your videos? How can you do better looking videos, where you can embed your own singing, whether pre-recorded songs, how can you embed them in your videos and host it, upload it into YouTube and other platforms. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. Thank you. Good night. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Sharma.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.